If you want to see how my plants are doing in my tiny garden and what kind of an idiot, stupid, crazy guy I am, stay tuned. Guitar freaks and anoraks, lovers of the organic gardening, thanks for tuning in and welcome to Hilko Cuisine. A lot of people are asking me, how is your garden doing? Is it a big garden? What varieties have you got? Well, people, let me tell you, it's not a big garden. It's a tiny garden. And I don't have a lot of varieties this year because I was supposed to be on tour. Some crazy virus it messed all my summer up. Some people gave me some plants. I saw some plants way too late and I bought some. But we're gonna see that in the upcoming video. Another thing I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna cook today, but I'm gonna do a taste test. A taste test of a very hot pepper. But that's for later. Let's check out the garden first. Before showing off my pepper plants, I'll show you some tomatoes. Here on the left hand side we can see the trèfle du Togo. It's the clover from Togo, originally from West Africa. It's a compact early plant producing small, red-ruffed tomatoes with a very good and well-balanced and rich flavors. And that information I've got from the interweb. There is a lot of tomatoes on this plant. I like it. Right next to it we have the jaune flamme, the yellow flame, a sturdy plant that produces clusters of small apricot orange colored fruits that deliver an excellent fruity flavor, which is a nice balance of sweet and tart that's slightly sour, people. According to Dr. Caroline Mail, this is a small tomato with a very big taste. The flavor literally bursts in your mouth, refreshing and not at all bland. By the way, the jaune flamme comes from France. Now let's take a trip to Poland. The golden orange, the zloty arancia. They have a sweet, intense flavor and are best eaten fresh as a snack and as a splash of color in the salad. I have to try that. Like I said before, all the info is coming from the interwebs. This is an unknown species, people. These plants were given to me by a friend's mother and she doesn't know what kind it is. So if you know what it is, please leave a comment in the section below. Thank you so much. Let's jump to the pepper section. This should be a ring of fire, but it looks more like a jalapeno. The seed dealer was lying, and that is a very common problem because peppers easily cross-pollinate and the sellers, they don't care what they sell you. They just after your money. Well, not all of them. There are a couple of good ones. But anyhow, this is a real ring of fire. I love this pepper. It's not a super hot one, but the taste is great and the possibilities are endless. I use them a lot in a tomato-based sauce. Everybody likes it. If I like it, you have to like it. So don't give me any grief about the ring of fire. I love this plant. And I love the fruit a little bit more than the plant itself. It's a strong producer. I'm trying to show you how many pods are on the plant, but it's very hard to see, people. There is a lot, believe me. On the Scoville scale, this pepper scores in between 70 and 85,000 people. But I don't care about the Scoville scale that much. I care about flavor, taste and the real heat. Not just a figure. Who cares about figures? I don't. Okay, the next plant was supposed to be a jalapeno El Jefe, the best tasting jalapeno on this planet, people, believe me. But I think it got crossed with a jalapeno purple because there's purple on the flowers, and jalapeno El Jefe does not have purple in the flowers. But it might be a tasty pepper, but it's not 100% El Jefe jalapeno. Enough of that mild stuff, let's jump to the super hots. This is a seedling from an 8-year-old overwinterer that died this season, people. Very sad indeed, but the good news is this plant is doing very well and it's a Naga Jolokia, the ghost pepper. Last but not least, we have the Elysium oxide. It's a cross between a Scotch bonnet and a Douglas. A Douglas is a 7-pot which is very potent in heat and it has a great flavor. And speaking of flavor, the Scotch bonnet has got a great flavor too. So those two peppers combined, I really wonder what they will taste like. I never tried this pepper. This plant was doing really, really bad last season, but I overwintered it. I talked a lot to it, and now it's producing a crazy amount of pots. The pots are the fruits that grow on the chili pepper plant, people. I told you I was gonna be an idiot. I told you I was gonna be stupid. I told you I was gonna be crazy. So let's pick off one of those peppers and eat it in front of the camera. Let's see what it tastes like. By the way, this is a mustard one. The yellow greenish color gives it the name mustard. Let's try this pepper. People, here we are with the Elysium oxide. I hope I spelled this correctly. This is freshly picked from my garden and I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it for your pleasure. That's how nice I am in these crazy times. But before I eat it, I see everybody cutting peppers open and stuff, so I think I should do that as well. I have watched a lot of these movies, people, and now it's my time to give something back in return. I think it's so funny to laugh with stupid people that are eating a hot pepper like this. But I have to do it. So let's start with cutting it open. By the way, this is a mustard pepper. And I'm smelling it and it smells really fruity, people. Now, let's just eat it and see what happens. If I die, all my guitars, please send them to my pizza oven and burn them and film it. But anyhow, let's eat this. I was expecting it to be a lot more fruity, but it's not. People, don't do this at home. This is a really hot pepper. In the beginning, it wasn't that fruity, but after a little while, I could taste slightly a little bit of a Scotch bonnet, and now the heat of the Douglas is kicking in. People, the Douglas is a seriously dangerous pepper. I think it's one of the hottest peppers in the world. It varies between 900,000 and 1.8 million on the Scoville scale. Oh, my ears. Ooh. The flavor of the Douglas is fruity, so they say. I didn't have much of a 7-pot taste in this pepper. They always say when you eat a pepper, just slice off a shiver and try it like that. But why did I do this? Now, the Scotch bonnet. This pepper is a cross between a Douglas and a Scotch bonnet. The Scotch bonnet is a pepper. Is a hot pepper, and it's similar to a habanero. Oh, it's hot, people. And on the Scoville scale, a Scotch bonnet is 100,000 to 350,000. A lot of saliva is pouring into my mouth. My lips are burning. The back of the throat is burning too. The top of the tongue. My heart is beating a little bit faster, and I feel a lot of endorphins are getting produced from my head. I'm sorry if I'm making weird noises and gestures, but this is what a pepper does to you when you eat it raw like this. I'm not gonna puke on this episode. People, it's very hot. Um, I don't know how people like, I can't remember the names, are doing it, like eating like 60 of Trinidad scorpions or whatever peppers. I don't know how they do it. But anyhow, I'm not one of those crazy eaters. I'm just a crazy Belgian waffle stuck at home, not on tour. And I wanted to share with you the pleasure of eating my very first ripe fruits from my super hot pepper plant. I'm trying not to touch my eyes because I'm a champion in working with peppers and then touching my eyes. Then you start crying a lot more than I do here. This is probably the most stupidest video you ever watched, but I'm not gonna die. The heat is still building a little bit, and that's typical of the douglas. I really like 7 pots, but not to eat like whole pots of them. And luckily, this pot was a crossing between a Scotch bonnet and a douglas 7 pot. So I don't know how much on the Scoville scale this pepper will be. Let's say it's a 500, 600,000. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. I don't know if I got a lot more to say than thank you so much for watching and enjoying these videos I make. Because I'm so bored being stuck at home. I have to do something except from drinking fine wine, people. And that's what I'm gonna do right now, is wash this beautiful, crazy flavor through with some excellent fine wine. By the way, another tip, people, if you eat too spicy, if you eat stuff that is too spicy, you can always calm the heat in your mouth down with some ice cream, with some yogurt, with some milk, but don't do water. I heard in Mexico they do shots of tequila. I'm just gonna do some fine wine. People, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next week, and now I'm gonna die quietly. No, I'm joking, people. I'm just gonna take a walk because this pepper is making me walk. A la próxima volta. Ciao, ciao.